The most important thing that I got out of it was the benefit of asking, not telling, through the action-based learning sessions that we did. I found that by asking, you're allowing people to come up with their own solutions, thereby creating some ownership and accountability and drive to get them done. And it really puts some energy in, rather than me telling somebody the answer, telling them what to do. They actually own the solution, and I find them much more energized to see it through to completion.
Do you feel it's going to make you a better manager?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think putting some trust into just asking questions without a expected answer or expected response. Just asking the why are you doing that? What's the expected outcome? What do you hope to achieve? You know, how do you expect to achieve that? Asking those open-ended questions without having the answer has made me a better manager.
How useful was the shadowing? The
shadowing is very useful for several reasons. I think the first for me is it was truly energizing and motivating to get out of the day-to-day grind, get out of the office and the plant that I'm normally in, and to go and focus on my development and to go somewhere else. It allowed me to really focus on asking those questions, listening, not just hearing people, but actually listening to people, and then asking some open-ended questions, and also being able to give some feedback of what I observed during the day. So for me, the shadowing was a very, very energizing and motivating session.
And what about the rest of the team? You talked a lot in the presentations about trust. How did that trust come about?
The trust came about, I think we were unaware of it happening, but it occurred over time, I think was the first thing. It didn't happen overnight, but it happened by us deliberately setting out the expectations that we had, the aspirations that we had for the course, along with some of our strengths and weaknesses. So we immediately had to open up and be vulnerable. And then giving feedback to each other after a day and a half of knowing each other, I think helped build that trust. And I think unknowingly, each of the sessions was built so that there was some bit of trust building in each of the sessions. So I think reflecting on it, something I'm going to reflect on a little bit more to understand what can I learn from that journey in terms of the trust building that we had. I think the course is very useful. It's a lot of subtleties. It's small improvements over time that when you sum them all together, it can create a pretty massive impact. So I would highly recommend it, and I would set people's expectations that it's not a one-day course. You're not going to walk out of one day being transformed. You have to be in it for the long haul and be willing to put in a few extra hours in between the courses to prepare and reflect and understand what you learned to get the most out of it.